Alright, this is Oldmanpoole back again for round one against hopefully a suspect opponent. We can sneak in our wins while we can with this kind of suspect deck. It's a pretty good hand though. Not unhappy with that. Turn 2 Avison's Pilgrim into Jailbreaker on turn 3 is pretty reasonable, even if the Jailbreaker can't attack. Alright, my opponent's playing some variety of red. That can mean an awful lot in this format, though. So, okay, I'll play the Rakdos Guildgate here, and a Pilgrim. And my opponent will be like, ah, some sort of 5-color control deck. And he will be wrong. It's like my opponent might be just on, playing the aggressive deck here. I think there's an argument to counter in fear, but I think I'm just gonna wait and play our Jailbreaker. Cower and Fear, one of our better cards against something like Falcon Wrath Aristocrat. Yep, looks like it's a mirror. My opponent's also playing Jund. Let's hope for a 1 toughness card. Augur Spree, okay. So we have 2 options. We can play either Cower and Fear or Recover here. Neither of them are great. I think we probably just take a little bit of extra damage though and play Recover. And maybe swing in with our Pilgrim while we can. We're only taking 2 a turn, that's not a ton. Getting some value off the Recover is good. And I think we can wait for a better board state for Cower and Fear than just killing off with some goblins. And got a Cobra. So I guess I actually should have done that first because we could have played the Cobra there. Bit of a punt. Gruul War Chant. Okay, yeah. We take a lot more here. I guess this is the reason to play Cower and Fear. Take 4. So my opponent may not really be on the sack train, just general aggressive beats. Okay, I think we'll swing again. We could play the Jailbreaker and the Cobra, but then he still trades a Goblin for the Cobra, which doesn't feel real great. I think we're just going to Cower and Fear here. I don't know, on the other hand, next turn we could swing with the Jailbreaker. We only take 4, which is not insignificant, but I still like setting up for a better Cower. Feels like we're going to have an opportunity. So we're going to play this now, though. And then the Cobra as well. And all of our creatures are on the battlefield. Got nothing but removal on our hand, which is not a bad place to be. So if he swings here, we'll still take it. I'm not going to trade a Cobra for half of the card when we can get it with Cower and Fear pretty easily here in a minute. So just take. Ouch. So there's a reasonable chance that we can kill whatever he plays here and Cower and Fear between the Augur Spree and the Arachnus Web. Okay, my opponent's just got Stone Cold Wicked, so. Alright. So I guess we keep up Cower and Fear. And do we want to play Pit Keeper, or would we rather keep up Augur Spree? Probably rather play the Pit Keeper. I think we swing here and we'll see what my opponent has. Maybe he has like a Baloth Trap or something like that. In which case we should probably leave the Pilgrim back. Although I guess if it's just 1 card, the Augur Spree will always be able to fix it. So maybe we don't even care all that much about the Pilgrim. We can just send him in. You can always play Pit Keeper as well. So, all right. I imagine my opponent's got something here. Play an Auger Spree or something. No, thinking about it. Okay. Okay. I suppose he could have something like Cower and Fear, although I think it's still probably correct to play the Pit Keeper here. Alright. Yeah, I don't know what my opponent could have had there. He may have been bluffing something, although that seems like kind of a lot of effort for a bluff that doesn't mean all that much. So probably regardless of whether my opponent plays something or attacks first, unless the creature he plays is really impressive, we're going to Cower and Fear. We probably just can't really afford to take another 4 damage. I mean, my opponent's close to being dead. We swing a couple more times and the game's just over. So he has to kill us in the next couple of turns or have a pretty good like stabilizing threat, kill off our Jailbreaker or something like that. Turns out Jailbreaker's pretty good when we draw our 1 gate in the deck. A 4/4 for 4 is no joke, even in a format like Modern Masters. Alright, after much consideration, my opponent decides to come in here. Give my opponent a chance to pump or something, if that's going to happen. Seems unlikely, but yeah, we're just going to Cower and Fear here. Okay. Those Dragonflower did good work, though. That's the only damage we've taken this game. And they've done a lot of damage. Yeah, can't play it quite yet, but now you can. Damnation. Ooh. Okay, well that Rex is pretty good. Okay, I'll have to remember that in our next round. So that'd been a reason to hold up the Pit Keeper, but hard to know that beforehand. We have a couple of removal spells, and we're actually only down 1 card on our opponent, so this could be worse. But that was definitely bad for us. Some big killable threat. It's fine with me. So I'll be able to sacrifice it here, but not the end of the world. Alright. Still sitting. Still have a couple of reasonable cards in our hand. Maybe my opponent doesn't have much. That's the hope, anyway. Have to be careful to play around Damnation our next couple of games, though. That is such fantastic art. I think it's one of the best Magic arts ever. It's just so simple, but it's so terrifying. Noble. So unfortunately, I think we have to kill the Aristocrat in response, and then we can web the Noble. Doesn't feel great. But the web just falls off the Aristocrat so quickly, so I think we gotta do what we gotta do. And even though the Noble's bad for us to have in play, the Aristocrat just has a pretty good chance of straight up killing us, so. See, and now he has no good attack, thanks to an Excellently timed spider draw. Oh, that's true. I forget that he can get through that because he's got the War Jam. Makes it less good. Alright, well, we will get rid of that for now and start swinging. My opponents need a lot to finish this off here, but we are both in top deck mode, so. Gonna hold on to our swamp here. Don't think there's much we could have that we want to be able to play it out immediately. Don't have any random situational draw or anything. We'll play this one. Don't think it's ever really worthwhile to keep more than one land in your hand. Maybe my opponent just draws 5 lands in a row. He looks like he has kind of questionable mana too, unless he just hasn't drawn his guild gates. Alright, well, we're gonna play a really big slime. And hope my opponent just can't deal with it. Okay, outrage is fine. We take 3 here though. Alright. My opponent doesn't have anything, he's still just dead, so with any luck this is it. Got there. My opponent had to get really flooded for it to happen, but we did get there. So let's see, he's got sort of a similar deck to ours, a little bit more of a sacrifice theme. He's got Jund, reasonable amount of removal, and damnation. So let's see what we want here. I think we want another Jailbreaker. Jailbreaker felt pretty good against his deck. Pyroclasm seems like it could be fine. Strength for next maybe is just good. It's kind of a insurance plan against the damnation. Anything that dies and leaves something behind seems like it wouldn't be bad. Summoning Trap's terrible. So what do we want to cut? He maybe didn't have very many great targets for Seal of Doom. A lot of his bigger threats I think are just going to end up being black, so it might be kind of not great. Okay, let's do something like that. And he's got a Chandra's Outrage and Damnation that we need to think about. Definitely don't want to overcommit to the board. Okay, this hand is pretty fine. Not crazy, but pretty fine. My opponent doesn't have a great aggressive start. We get to just start playing some pretty good stuff. We do want to draw a couple more land here, but we have a couple of turns to do it too. See that? Interesting. I wonder if he's actually playing white or if he just wants the ramp. Cool, that was a good draw. Play our own Signet, and unless my opponent does something crazy, we're just gonna Tumor Arc and look at his hand next time. But yeah, still want to keep hitting lands. Want to play our Cage Trap, Connoisseur, and Slave Driver here. Okay, Dragon Fodder's fine. Okay, we'll play our Exarch here. Oops. I guess this will tap correctly. Signets are always kind of a pain. Go. Let's see what my opponent's playing with. Not much. I guess we get rid of his swamp here, which actually is not terrible. Noble Rotworm Jailbreaker is a pretty reasonable hand, though. Yeah. Keep those in mind. The Rotworm still compares favorably through Cower and Fear to most of our deck. The Jailbreaker, I guess, doesn't trade well with like the Slave Driver if there's a Cower in play. The Falconwrath Noble is a bit concerning. We don't have a kill spell, kill spell for it, and that can represent a lot of damage over time. Ooh. Oh, that card looks quite familiar. And is terrible for me. Okay, we have an Augur Spree. We'll hold that for the Aristocrat. So this will occur if he plays another artifact, which doesn't seem crazy likely. We can't play any of our other spells though, so we're just going to hold on to the Augur Spree and wait. Do want to draw some more lands here. If he does get rid of the Thrinax, we can kill off the Saprolings at least with the Cower and Fear. Noble. Okay, so now that does a lot of damage to us if we do that, but I guess we just Augur Spree it now. I think it's the inevitable play. Yep. And 1 life gain drain here. We're gonna take it from the Thrinax. Still holding the hand. It's not a bad draw. So Corpse Connoisseur doesn't get us much at this point. I think we just hold out the Baloth Cage Trap and hope to catch my opponent's Thrinax in the attack. He has only 1 unknown card right now. If you play something like the Rotworm, he won't have the mana for the Thrinax. I think we play that, and then plan on Cowering and Fear thereafter. So I think we'll just hold up the Cage Trap here. I'll try and get my opponent. One swings. With a lot of stuff. Interesting. So we could just cower and offer the trade. That doesn't seem great. I think I'm going to go for the trap and see what happens. Maybe he's got the Damnation, that's why he's playing aggressively. Cower and Fear. Yeah, okay. That's not terrible for us. We take 1 here, but we're going to get to counter with our own Cower and Fear. We're better off just playing the Slave Driver. Probably. He can swing for 3, but we gotta pick off something if we do that, and then we've got something that can start cracking back. It's more mana efficient, certainly. So opponent still got the Jailbreaker and a Rotworm in hand. Probably gonna play the Rotworm. Yep. So Jailbreaker and an unknown card. I imagine my opponent doesn't attack here, but I'm not sure of that. Well, going for it. Never mind. Thought about it, changed his mind. Which is good for us. Using the counter interfere is attractive. So I think we just swing here. Let me see what my opponent does. I guess we maybe want to keep the slave driver back. Probably wouldn't block. So yeah, I guess just play the cower now and pass it back. Seems okay, not great, but I think that's what we got to do. So of note, my opponent doesn't have a gate for the Jailbreaker, which is probably going to come down now. I think we may just want to board out our Arachnus Web. I actually didn't think about it very closely during sideboarding, but it's not real great for us. Yeah, there's a Jailbreaker. With all these different sacrifice effects going around, it seems a little bit questionable. Okay, we'll play a Rotworm of our own. And I guess maybe offer up the trade here. We will trade Rotworms with my opponent for sure, and he can't swing with the Jailbreaker, so I guess we should have attacked before we played the Rotworm there. Give my opponent just a little bit less information. I imagine he just takes it here, but alright, so after being in the tank for a bit, my opponent decides just to take and pass it back. I guess we can dismiss these now. Opponent's still got an unknown card in his hand. Okay, opponent plays a Torch Runner. It's pretty reasonable against us. Doesn't actually kill anything on our side, but he's definitely a good target for him. Yeah, let's see if my opponent's one is here. Nope. Okay. So now we could terminate the rotworm and crunch in with both. Offer the trade, then play Corpse Connoisseur. It seems okay. He could trade with both things, but I get a zombie out of it. I think we're going to kill the rotworm. If my opponent wants to sacrifice it and sacrifice the Torch Runner or whatever, he's got the opportunity right now. But I think we need to get it off the table. Yep, take one. And we'll swing. I imagine my opponent just chooses to trade here, but up to him. I don't think we really have a good way to get around the Torch Runner, so just gonna come in here, but we'll have the Corpse Connoisseur, a zombie, and we can bring back the Slave Driver. Block, block. Yep. Okay. One just kills it, which I think is correct. We do get a zombie here. And we'll play our Corpse Connoisseur. Do we even have anything? I'm not even sure we want to get something. I guess let's see. We have like the Pit Keeper that can get something back. We could just like toss the Absence Pilgrim because it's a bad draw for us. Pit Keeper is the only thing that brings something back. And right now we probably want to get like the Slave Driver anyway. So yeah, I think we're just going to pitch the Pilgrim because we don't really want to draw it. It's kind of humorous, but it's probably correct. I mean, it's like a worse land at this point in the game. Alright, let's see what my opponent's got here. We are drawing fairly live. That was a good terminate. I think that set up our board position nicely. Rule War Jam. Okay. Doesn't do tons. So I wonder if we want to try and push in the damage, or if we want to be concerned about him having... No, I guess recover, actually. I was going to say concerned about having damnation, because we could just unearth the Slave Driver, but then if he has damnation, it's not great for us. But I think with recover, we're actually just going to get that back instead. The Slave Driver offers up a lot of value. But let's swing here first. And then we're going to play recover. Get Slave Driver back. I guess we actually want to keep red on the off chance we need it. Let's see what we draw here. Yeah, glad we didn't use the red. So we'll play the Trinax too, and that's also pre-resistant to a Wrath effect. And still manages to put some pressure on my opponent, so looking good. I think I like our position here. Even damnation doesn't put my opponent in a crazy good spot. He's got to have some reasonable threats here. If he plays anything little, we can just start Arachnus Web it. Okay, damnation is good. I think we made the correct series of plays there to make it so that we didn't get truly blown out. Although drawing recover, I guess, made the decision kind of easy. And I think we just play the Slave Driver here. But we're going to swing first. Damnation's a crazy good card, though. Feels kind of good that we've been able to beat it both games, but in large part because I think we played around it well this game. So do we just go for lethal with the Corpse Connoisseur here? Probably. Give my opponent one less draw. If he's got something, we can still back it up with a Cobra. I think we're gonna just try for the win here. I think you need an O instead of an A. But other than that, yeah, Saprolings. Good to see you. Welcome to the chat, Scoot Whore. Do we want to pitch anything here? I actually don't think we do. I think these are all okay draws. So. Back to my roots. Haha! That was terrible. I appreciated it, but it was terrible. Alright, looks like my opponent does have something here, but he's still going to be in trouble next turn. Takes 5, and we've got 5 power in play, plus the Cobra. You missed a really grindy, not all that interesting match, but I did play it pretty well, so I can worry about that. My opponent has one of the better board, well, I guess the only board, I guess there's 2 board wipes in the format, but a very good card that we managed to overcome. Man, I don't know who G Nancy is. Sounds like some sort of crazy hip-hop rapist or something, but alright, managed to finish up round 1 there. My opponent had an eerily similar deck to mine, but we may not be so lucky with our next match, but we'll start again now.